for another hike. It's a beautiful day out. It's going to get up to maybe close to 70 degrees. It's at 20-ish Celsius. So we're going to visit 11 Mile State Park. As a family, we've been visiting a lot of the state parks. The rest of the family's busy today, so it's just Loki and I. We're going to check out this park. There are some camping spots for kind of kayak up and camp, and we have a kayak, so I thought that would be kind of cool to check out. Maybe do that this summer. So we're just gonna explore a little trail, maybe 4-mile trail, loop trail in this park near the lake. So 11 Mile State Park is located west of Colorado Springs in the South Park Valley. It's a little bit of a drive from where I live in Denver, about 2 hours southwest, so we'll give you a little driving montage since it's slightly different from my normal drives.
Use the right lane to take exit 141, then keep right at the fork. Your destination is on the left.
Alright folks, here we are. 11 Mile State Park. We are on the 11 Mile State Park Loop. The loop is not 11 miles, it's around 4 miles. So yeah, cool. Lake's still frozen up in parts. So no boating yet going on. But let's check out and see what this place is like. So the weather is super odd. It's very windy. When I got out of my car, it was a little below 60 Fahrenheit. What's that? 14-ish Celsius. So I don't quite know what to do clothing-wise. I'm feeling a little warm in this jacket, but you get by the wind and it's pretty windy. So, oh, and we found some snow already. Loki's eating some snow. But this trail is super cool, like rocks, aspen groves. There's an aspen grove right behind me here. Obviously, still early spring, so no leaves yet, but super cool trail. Let's keep going. So, a beautiful combination here of the rock outcroppings, the lake, and it's got big open meadows. Yeah, so we're at about 8,600 feet. It's very dry feeling in the air. So I brought extra water because I didn't think there would be creeks. There is snow, so Loki can eat snow. He's already been. Whoa! So yeah, it's windy. So yeah, I like to keep Loki hydrated on these warmer hikes. Usually there's creeks and stuff, but he'll also eat snow if it's around. So little pockets of snow he's been chomping on, but I brought a bunch of extra water in the backpack if needed. There's also, of course, the lake, although especially in the summertime you have to be wary of these reservoir lakes. The kind of alpine streams and alpine lakes are fine, but the reservoirs will get kind of toxic algae plume type things going, detrimental to dogs and people as well. Like this lake, you're actually not allowed to swim in, but you know, it's a reservoir for holding water that we drink, so I don't know what that means. I'm in some tree cover here, so slightly less wind. Yeah, so this park is on the eastern edge of the South Park Valley. South Park Valley sits between a couple of Colorado mountain ranges. You can enter the valley from the north on 285, which is one of the roads I often take into the mountains, just because it's a little closer to where I live and generally less traffic. Route 70 from Denver is the other main route into the mountains, and you know, anyone that's gone skiing in Colorado knows 70, Vail and Beaver Creek and Breckenridge and Copper and Arapahoe Basin and Keystone all are right off of I-70. I came down to Colorado Springs, and 24 is the kind of main route out of Colorado Springs into the mountains. So the 11-mile lake here, I guess it would be called that because it's 11 miles long. I don't know, but it's been created. It's a man-made reservoir created by the damming of the South Fork of the South Platte River. You've seen some of my videos on the North Fork of the South Platte River before, but yeah, most large bodies of water in Colorado, maybe all, are man-made from damming of rivers to create reservoirs for the people that live in Colorado. There are, of course, alpine lakes, glacial lakes, or snow-fed lakes in the mountains, which are not all man-made, but even some of those are, through all of the mining activities that took place. There's interesting water rights, kind of skirmishes and rules and regulations. Most of the population of Colorado, of course, live on the east side of the mountains, and there is even water piped and pumped that would normally drain to the west side of the mountains over to the east side to support the population of Denver, Colorado Springs, Fort Collins, Boulder, etc. We of course sit on the Continental Divide in Colorado, so half of the drainage heads east toward the Mississippi and the Gulf, and the other half heads west, forming the Grand Canyon as the Colorado River heads south towards Mexico. Have a look at the valley down here. How you doing, Loki? Alright, we're going to keep going. At some point we hit the kind of hike-in, kayak-in campsites that I wanted to check out, and we'll take a break there, drink, maybe eat some snacks. I even got treats for Loki this time, and just chill out there. Try to find a spot that's somewhat blocked from the wind. Okay, I've made it to the backcountry camp section. See a table back there. Picnic table and fire rings. So there are, I don't know, 25 sites or so out on this peninsula, about half a mile from the parking lot where I started. That's the direct route. I took the indirect route over here. So yeah, all these campsites packed in here, backcountry, with your fire pits, and I think there's a toilet and some bear boxes up there. Go check that out. But it's cool because like the lake's right here, so you could also use them as paddle up sites. Put your boat in at the parking lot and kind of paddle in to the little coves here. I think that would be pretty cool. Ice is stronger in this area. See the snow along the banks? I wonder if that's just snow blowing across the lake. That's what I suspect, because I see it like built up in other areas. But super cool. I think what I'll do is just look for a sheltered spot and make a little bit of lunch and coffee. All right, Loki and I found a nice relaxing spot right on the lake here, a little cove, big rock behind us protecting us from the wind. We can sit here, chill. The sun is almost coming out. Watch the birds fly by, and Loki gets a treat because he's such a good boy. Leave it. Okay. See, he's such a good boy. But let me show you what we're looking at. I did bring a backpacking meal with me, but I don't feel that hungry, so I think I'm just gonna eat some trail mix that I brought and just enjoy the views here. Super cool. Scared away those geese, but they're nearby. Sometimes he doesn't look so big, and then he plants up next to you. Look at the camera. Good boy. Goofball. Yeah, so we've been visiting the Colorado state parks as a family, mostly. Family had something else to do today, so it's just me and Loki, and we visited maybe like 13 or 14 of the 40, something like that. I'll put the correct numbers down below. Most of them are pretty boring, actually. This one section of this park is cool, but I think the rest of it is just like kind of flat plains land along the lake here. So they're all like, a lot of them are just camping, like camper type camping, and maybe some tent camping around reservoirs. But a few of them will have kind of cooler areas to it, and there are a few that are more kind of mountainous and less reservoir and lake type activity oriented. Man, look at all these hawk things up here. What are these? It's just visiting the state parks. Just a thing to do when you can't think of what to do on a weekend. Well, let's go to another state park. We visited most of the ones that are close to us. So this one's about 2 hours away from our house. And then if we're on road trips, we'll try to stop at one just to pick another one up as well. But yeah, just something to do. You can do something similar in your neck of the woods, maybe. It's just one of those things to kind of keep a list of stuff to check off. You always find like something interesting, like the little town that's near it, or something interesting about the park, even if it's like I'm not really into kind of boating and fishing and those kind of lake activities, but there's always something interesting to do around state parks. So that's my commercial for the Colorado Parks and Wildlife. All right, I think I'm just gonna drink a little more water, eat a few more snacks, and then Loki and I are gonna hike on out of here. We'll show you a little more of the camping ground area on our way out. Yep. Lockers for food, for bears, and a toilet, and some trash receptacles. Very nice. Pit toilet. Oh well, you don't need to see that. I believe that's a old beaver den right there. I saw a beaver sign, beaver cut trees around. So yeah, some of these sites are definitely going to be windy, super windy on a windy day. So bring the extra guy out points for your tent. Like this one, super cool, right on the water, but so windy. This is what I mean by beaver sign. That's a tree that's obviously been gnawed by beavers. Super cool inlet here. Rocks go right into the water. Let's see what we did miles wise. 4.6 miles. I think the actual length of the trail in all trails is 3.7 miles. So that includes my kind of side wandering, backtracking to get the camera and other stuff. But very cool hike. Limited elevation game, so good for those new to Colorado, I would say, or good for visitors. This is 11 Mile State Park, the 11 Mile State Park Loop near Florissant, Colorado, west of Colorado Springs in the South Park Valley. So thank you for coming along. Hope you enjoyed that video, and we will see you in the next one.